wonderful day today. One of those days that, well, it just makes you glad you're in this business. Why am I so enthused? Well, I'll tell you. It's that D9. Man, what a tractor. They call it the giant of the earth movers, and there are plenty of reasons why they do, too. I've never seen any other machine do as much work, so fast and so well. Why, whether the D9 is busy stockpiling materials, moving them along to where they'll be needed, or pioneering an access road in some remote timber stand, or push-loading scrapers up in the cut, more and more of the prospects that I call on are realizing the terrific profit potential of the D9. Let me tell you about a prospect that I called on today. Now, this fellow wasn't quite convinced that there was a place in his spread for the D9. The prospect is Jeff Wilson. He's a highway building contractor, a fellow that really knows his equipment. So I took him out to a nearby job where we could see the D9 firsthand in operation. After checking with the owner, we located the rig. It was a new one, recently delivered, and it was busy on a bulldozing job. I told the operator that his boss said it would be okay if he took the time to show us his new machine. You could tell that he liked it, the proud way he showed it off. Well, first the operator checked Jeff out on the controls, what each one did and why they were placed where they were. I told him that hydraulic assistance for the steering clutches, the master clutch, and the brakes made operation just as effortless as on a smaller tractor. Controls for the starting engine and its 6-volt electric starter are easily reached from the operator's seat. A single lever engages both the starting pinion and the starting engine clutch. And the diesel can be cranked just as long as necessary. In fact, cranking warms the diesel's oil, water, and intake air for easier starting. Next, I wanted to make sure that Jeff knew how the D9 had been built for easy handling. So first of all, I pointed out the many advantages of the big, roomy seat and how it contributes to ease of operation on the D9. An easily accessible lever adjusts the seat back or forward to attain proper arm length for operating the controls. And by rotating the knob, the seat can be positioned for the most comfortable tilt. Also, 4 cap screws govern raising or lowering the seat to the desired height. Then the operator told Jeff that he was well pleased with the excellent visibility characteristics on so large a machine. Forward visibility is unhampered on the left side, and without having to move from his normal operating position, the operator has a clear view past the tapered hood on the right side. The operator was anxious to show what his machine could do, so he went back to work and we went along to watch. Here was my chance to explain to Jeff the many advantages of the D9's load-shaped bulldozer. The shape of the blade tends to keep the material centered as it's moved along to where it's needed. I pointed out how the modified U shape of the blade meant less spillage in carrying the load. Now, on dozing jobs where an unusual amount of shifting is required, the durable oil clutch pays off in low-cost operation. Easy adjustment of the idler assembly is another new design feature incorporated in the D9. An ordinary hand-operated grease gun is all that's needed to obtain correct tension of the track chains. The hydraulic system does the rest. Steering ease for the D9 operator has been assured. A turn is accomplished with as little effort as on a smaller tractor. And while the operator retains the feel of the levers, boosted controls mean that he need exert less effort to operate them, an important point in continued rough going. The steering clutches have metallic facings to handle heavy torque. The self-energized air-cooled brakes have thick, long-wearing linings. In rough going, such design features as the oil-encased double recoil spring pay big dividends. The 2 large-sized recoil springs are carried within a sealed, oil-filled compartment which keeps rust and dirt from shortening their life. When the operator began to make a ditch cut, it enabled me to talk about the features of the hydraulic tilt cylinder. The operator tilts the blade to any desired cutting position by merely operating a handy lever. no need to get off the tractor. Believe me, the load-shaped bulldozer design and the advantages of the hydraulic tilt cylinder went a long way toward convincing Jeff Wilson that here was a machine capable of tremendous work capacity. After watching the D9 work, I drove Jeff back to town and we stopped at his office. But on the way, I had a chance to tell him about some of the other applications on which the D9 was working. In logging, for example, the D9 is a machine that sets new production records at lower unit cost on practically every job it tackles. Hauling huge payloads of logs over rough terrain is made easier because of the tremendous power of the turbocharged D9 tractor. Winching the really big ones into position with an available line pull force of up to 76,000 pounds makes the D9 a truly high production logging tool. Doing rugged pioneering work deep in the forested country is a job the D9 was built to do. On logging jobs too big and too rugged for other machines, the D9 is proving itself every day as a new concept in earth-moving equipment that pays off in higher work capacity at lower unit cost. Probably the most popular evidence of the D9's unmatched power and workability is displayed in push-loading applications. The D9, equipped with a torque converter, makes short work of securing heaping payloads, even in the toughest going. Contractors have long advocated push-loading their scrapers for reduced cycle times and increased profit, and the D9's high production on this kind of work clearly puts it in a class by itself. The bulldozer-equipped D9, generally a direct drive machine, enables the tractor to utilize all of its massive power in digging and pushing huge payloads of dirt before it. For example, in stockpiling operations, the modified straight blade bulldozer makes the D9 a machine that can move huge quantities of material along to where they're needed. The turbocharged D9 tractor is the product of Caterpillar Tractor Company's years of manufacturing know-how in the field of research and engineering. Thousands of man-hours of planning and testing have gone into its building. Truly, the D9 today, bigger and more powerful than any crawler tractor before it, is a machine with which earth-moving people can get the really big jobs done faster, better, and cheaper than ever before. That's why I'm so enthused about this D9 tractor, the biggest and the best in the business. Oh, say, I almost forgot. Jeff Wilson did buy a D9.